All right, hey, it's Lance Hedrick here. I am a barista and coffee professional of about 7 years. I've won a few latte art world championships and have done well in the United States Brewers Cup Championship. And I'm trying to make a series where I'm able to effectively give really great coffee knowledge to home enthusiasts and baristas alike. Today, I'm going to show you the Breville Bambino. It's a $299 machine. And I want to kind of go over some of the specs of it, how it works, where maybe some costs were cut, what it's good for, the intended audience, and also want to pour some and show you what exactly it can do. With my background as a two-time world champion latte artist, I'm excited to show you the capabilities of such a cheap machine so that any of you know you're empowered to do some incredible things at home if you're into latte art. So let's get started. This is the Breville Bambino. Very small, tiny footprint, and it's actually quite light, especially if you don't have the water tank filled. Very light, travels really easily. Now, the purpose of this machine is not to rival the bigger machines like dual boiler machines, the machines that have a price point over $1,000. That's not the point of this machine. This machine is accessible financially, and it's also an extraordinarily intuitive machine for people who want mostly milk-based beverages. If you're an espresso snob that wants to nuance your espresso, really get florality and different acidity out of it, this is not the machine for you. This has a 54 millimeter basket. And when I say that, I'm just referring to the width of the basket. It's a smaller basket as opposed to one like this. That's much wider. As you can see, this one fits almost inside of it. So this is a 58 millimeter basket. You'll find these on dual boiler machines, bigger home machines. With the Breville line, it would be the dual boiler, or you have like the Rancilio dual boiler, things like that, the Linea Mini. But on the smaller machines, they tend to do these smaller baskets because it's a little easier to build the equipment at a cheaper cost to be able to push water through at a consistent pressure. So what this machine has done is created something that is that cuts costs at different areas. One of the areas is this portafilter is quite light. It's made of aluminum as opposed to like a heavy duty steel. It's very light to the touch. Normally portafilters are quite bulky and heavy. This one's extremely light. Downside of that is it doesn't hold temperature as well. The temperature, it's difficult to maintain that temp because of the material. It's not a huge downside, but it is a downside. Also, the basket inside of this is a pressurized basket. Now the purpose for this, and when I say pressurized, I mean the holes on the bottom of the basket, normally you have holes that look like this. Right, so holes all over the bottom of the basket. But the pressurized basket has holes just in the center, so it's wanting to force everything through that one space, which increases the pressure. So that way, this machine, if it's not maintaining 9 bars, it's able to really increase the pressure with that tiny hole. It's forcing everything through. Now, what is the benefit of this? There are a lot of home baristas that are pre-grinding their coffee or buying pre-ground coffee from their local shops or from online. This pressurized basket technology allows for you to get crema even on old pre-ground coffee, which is great, and it makes coffee a lot more accessible to a lot of people who might not want to buy a separate grinder or who might not care that much. They might just want a nice caffeinated milk beverage, and this is going to give you that. Now, you can switch out that pressurized basket for a normal basket. You can also switch out the portafilter for a normal 54 millimeter portafilter. This is from the Breville Barista Pro, and it fits perfectly inside here as well. And you'll get that better heat retention in this. So there's no need to keep with this portafilter if you don't like it, but today, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to use this portafilter to show you with everything stock how you can create incredible espresso and incredible milk texture with this machine. So another thing to note, I've seen some reviews on this machine and people have complained about where costs were cut, but the idea is if you're getting a fully functional espresso machine at $299, there are corners that are being cut purposefully, and that's not a bad thing. And in fact, I'm a big fan of this. There have been complaints about the hot water spout, which is actually the steam wand. So if you watch, the hot water comes out of the steam wand. So let's watch this. There have been some complaints about it, but I think it's quite economical. It would cost a lot more money to route another exit in there for hot water. So instead they used the steam one that already has hot water passing through it in the form of steam, and they made it a double purpose with the hot water. So the hot water doesn't come out too quickly, but if you need it quicker, you can always do it out of the group head. Another thing that is incredible about this machine, and why I actually use it more than my other machines at home, is its quick heating technology. It can go from being idle to being fully heated within the matter of 3 seconds. So you walk up to the machine, and I've done this many times actually at home. You walk up to the machine, you decide, I want a hot chocolate or an espresso. You walk up, you click the button, it'll flash twice, and it's ready to go. It's faster than you could prepare espresso. It's incredible. So, and some other machines have this as well, but I just think it's really great on such a cheap machine that you have that technology. So this machine has actually got really surprisingly great thermal stability. It holds heat really well, and the shots don't really suffer much from an instability. And I've been pulling shots left and right on this, and it's been maintaining its pressure and temperature really, really well. Each shot has been quite consistent, pulling in the proper parameters. All right, so if you're seeing this steaming process from above and you're wondering why it looks different from yours, or if you just need to increase your steam wand capabilities, I'm gonna link right here a video to go back and view. It's a video I made about the perfect steam wand technique. It will prove to be the best steam wand technique you've ever used. You'll be able to steam any type of milk, whether dairy or non-dairy, perfectly on any steam wand you come across. I highly recommend giving that a view, and if you got time, maybe a like. Yeah. So because this machine's a single boiler, you can only do one thing at a time. I'm choosing to steam my milk first because the drawdown on the steam takes a while when you're done. And when that's happening, you can go ahead and start your espresso extraction. So while that espresso is extracting, I would recommend grooming your milk so that it doesn't thicken up too much. As milk sits, it tends to thicken. The foam separates. After we've got our shot of espresso, you want to groom the milk a bit and start your pour. So there you have a Swan on a $299 machine. You're able to do whatever you want, regardless of the price. Don't worry about whether or not you're able to make latte art at home. Any machine you're gonna get, you're gonna be able to create some great microfoam. As you can see, the steam wand is just like any other steam wand. It makes incredible milk that has really nice microfoam, and we can do my fun shake test on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. In my book, this makes quite incredible espresso for an aluminum portafilter with a pressurized basket. So you have to always remember it's relative to what you're using. This machine, for what it is, punches way above its weight class, does an incredible job extracting, obviously produces really great crema, and the beverage is very, very good and better than most cafes you're gonna go to. Now, obviously, it's not gonna rival all cafes because they're using commercial equipment that has much more expensive parts inside of it. It's going to be able to pull better espresso. That all being said, if you're a milk beverage connoisseur, I really think you're gonna love the beverages that this makes. And as you can see, the texture is beautiful. There's a really nice meniscus. It's shiny, sheeny. It's got that texture that we want. And I was able to create a difficult pattern like a Swan. Anyway, that's my opinion on the Breville Bambino. I think it's a great machine for the price. You can do incredible things at home. You're able to make beautiful milk beverages. It's not the machine for you if you're an espresso snob, but if you are not someone that drinks just straight espresso and enjoys throwing milk or making Americanos, it is an incredible machine. Heats up really quickly, steams milk beautifully, pulls great espresso with incredible crema because of that pressurized basket. I think it's a must buy if you are someone who has a small, more strict budget. $299, and you're able to produce beautiful beverages that honestly you'd be able to convince your friends are top-notch from a specialty coffee shop. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video or if you've enjoyed any of the other videos that I've produced, please drop a like, a subscribe, maybe comment on this video and share it with your friends. It would do a world of good for me as I'm trying to really invest in creating education for the masses and really making coffee accessible. That's the platform I want to take, is making coffee as accessible as possible. So that means not only educating and giving education for free, this education that is typically gate-kept in ivory towers within the coffee community. Instead, I want to make education accessible. I also want to be able to find products that are extremely affordable so that anybody can be at home and make coffee the way they can in a coffee shop. And this is also for baristas who like to make espresso and milk beverages at home, who want to work on your latte art. This is a very affordable machine that I think you would really enjoy. All you'll need is a decent grinder and you'll be able to make just incredible beverages and tinker with your own recipes at home. So yeah, please just give a like and subscribe if you can, and make sure you follow my Instagram as well. It's at Lance Hedrick, just my name, LanceHedrick. I do a lot of tips on there as well and a lot of videos with latte art that are on the archives there. So go give that a check, or go check that out. Check out the other videos I have on my YouTube page if you're interested in learning how to steam milk beverages better, or watching me beatbox while I make a pour over. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.